Hello, 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 hello. 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 Hello, hello, hello. So, hello, dear student. Today we are going to discuss about 16th June, 16th June, the Hindu newspaper analysis. So, dear student, if everything is okay, please write in the chat box that okay everything so that I can have understanding. Everything is okay. So, we'll start. So, first important news is helicopter crash killed 7 along the Char Dham route. So, recently we are seeing so many accident is happening in our Char Dham route. Char Dham route basically, Kedarnath region of Uttarakhand. So, FIR filed against the chopper company for not following the DGCA, Director General of Civil Aviation rules on flying bad weather. So, state suspend the service to review experience of the operation and pilot after fifth crash in 2 months. So, recently in just 2 months, we are seeing fifth crash. So that means they are not following the standard operating procedure or safety protocol. That is the reason recently it is suspended and we need to review all these things. Okay. So here you can see the Rudraprayag police have filed a FIR against the Aryan Aviation Company is accused not following the protocol laid down by the Director General of Civil Aviation on checking weather condition before flight. So because it is visibility is very poor, so they have to ensure weather condition before taking any sort of flights. The company has announced the compensation of 5 lakh to the kins of each of these disease. So, safety review, the Uttarakhand government suspended all helicopter service till the Monday to review the high altitude experience of all the helicopter operator pilot. A Sunday crash marked the fifth helicopter accident and second with fatality on the Char Dham Yatra that is going to begin from April 30. So recently Iran vowed to severe response to the Israel as crisis intensify. We have seen that Israel recently strike first carried out the airstrike deep inside the Iran, and response to that, Iran also launched lot of missiles and drone attack in the Israel, and so because of that, the crisis is quite conflicting and it has become very explosive. So that can be spill over to other Gulf country. And yesterday also we have seen around 10 million Indian people are staying in the Gulf state. So we have to ensure their safety. So that is the reason India is quite concerned about this conflict. So Israel and Iran launched fresh attack on each other overnight on Sunday, killing scores and raising fear among wider conflict. While Israel military has warned Iranian near weapon facility to evacuate, Iran armed force on Sunday told resident of Israel to leave the vicinity of vital area for their safety. Each country issue warning to other citizens to leave the area. They are threatening that they will conduct the strike. Israel began the airstrike against Iran oil and gas sector, raising the stake for the global economy and functioning of the Iranian state. So recent attack on the oil and gas refinery, which is a very you can say is a cause of concern because that is going to impact the oil prices. So Israel Prime Minister armed forces have destroyed the Iran's principal nuclear enrichment facility as Natanz. So you have to remember the location Natanz. So they can ask about prelims. So recently these news are seen in different parts, so they can ask about the location and place and which state they are located. You have to identify. So UPSC asks time and again this kind of question. Okay, so this is all about it. So next we'll see the Axiom launch schedule for June 9th, says by the minister. So Axiom 4 mission, which set to carry the Indian astronauts Shubhanshu Shukla, 3 others to the International Space Station, scheduled to take off from 19th June. Okay, so this is what said. This is come day after the Indian Space Research Organization has first declared and then detect the date of launch, which was been repeatedly postponed from its original schedule. So because initially there is a bad weather condition, so because of that the launch action mission is could not launch as per the schedule, but later on it is found that the tank it is having oxygen leakage, so liquid oxygen is leaking from the tank. If you launch under that condition, so that might cause severe accident and death of astronauts. So that is the reason we have to postpone for safety of our astronauts. Okay, so here it is given imponderable such as weather and other factors. So delay is being caused due to situation that is not in our hand, and you have to remember under which It is the SpaceX Elon Musk owned, which owned and operated Falcon 9 launch vehicle Axiom 4 mission on the. Okay, so threat posed by the oxygen leakage. So there is a tank where oxygen is leakage is found, because once there is oxygen leakage, you cannot launch the satellite. In case you launch, so there might be severe accident and death of our astronauts also. So we have to protect that. Huh? So next, DNA profiling to identify 86 victim of AI crash cockpit voice recorder retrieve. So dear student, recent accident. Like to identify the bodies of dead person. So we have conducted DNA profiling. So what do you mean by DNA profiling? Under this DNA profiling, you have to collect the DNA samples. You have to collect the DNA sample of the disease and then collect the sample of the family member. If there is a match, that means this victim is family member of that person. So by that process we can identify the bodies, like of dead person. Okay, so dear student, it is your homework. Just I'm just telling once again, I'm going to give you daily 5 to 6 tasks. So you have to make revise note of it and make note of it. It is my guarantee you'll get 20 to 30 marks extra, prelims, and the current affair you'll get good marks also. So here it is your homework to study about DNA profiling. Study about DNA profiling, how DNA profiling is performed, what are the challenges, what are the benefits and challenges, and what are the process involved, what are the application of DNA profiling. So there can be a good question in your mains also. Okay, so 4 dead, over 40 injured in British era iron bridge collapse in the Pune district. So so this is a clear indication. We need to ensure timely safety repair of our bridges. So otherwise, significant number of precious life will be lost because of these things. No need to study all these details. So these are not important. You can just did the highlight so that you can quote anywhere. How unprepared or bad quality of infrastructure is causing our loss of precious life. Okay. Then we'll go to the last page. So here it is a very important article. It is talking about AI. Recently we are seeing that artificial intelligence, it is revolutionizing everywhere, and same is bio manufacturing. That means we are manufacturing biological compound like enzymes, like you can say antibiotics, antiviral, so medicine, all these things we are currently manufacturing. But whenever they are in isolation, so we are not getting optimal. But nowadays the bio manufacturing, they use AI to ensure the faster manufacturing, delivery of quality drugs. So this article is talking about recently government of India is harnessing, or even the private sector is harnessing the AI sector for biotechnology innovation. On the other hand, the bio E3. So bio E3. So this is a policy of government and open AI mission of government. They both aims to brings the together. One on the one hand we have biological. On the one hand it is the biopharm biotech. On the other hand it is the AI. If you merge both the things, then it will make our the drug discovery and discovery of the medicine, manufacturing medicine is very fast, cost effective, cheap, personalized medicine. But problem is that on the other hand the fragmented regulation, lagging the safeguards threaten the undermine the process. But though it has the potential, but the ethical AI development and fragmented regulation and lagging safeguards can cause severe threat. Okay? India biomanufacturing sector is abuse possible, abuse possibility, because there is a lot of possibility in biomanufacturing sector in India. So country has been world's go-to supplier generic medicine. Now currently 30 to 40% of all the generic medicine is supplied by the India. So what is generic medicine? Please write in the comment box. Let me see how many of you know that. Generic medicine are generally the medicine, branded medicine. So if you discover a branded medicine, so if you found and let's say if you discover a branded medicine, you will get patent for 20 years. After 20 years, so that medicine can manufacture by anyone. So anyone that manufacture that brand of like normal that medicine in a different brand, they are called generic medicine. And the price of generic medicine is generally, it is says that 10% of the original price of the that medicine. So India is a leader in generic medicine. So the generic medicine and vaccine, so reputation built on the scale, cost, and reliability. But now AI is sweeping through the global life science industry, where is a sense of something much bigger in the work. So because of AI, now situation is changing very fast. Because of AI, situation is changing very fast, and we have to be forefront. So next is AI model quietly optimizing everything from fermentations to packaging. Before that, there is a timely, time consuming process to all these things, but after use of AI, everything are streamlined. Okay, streamlined and processed in a very good way. So next is DNA biomanufacturing. So by leveraging the AI-based predictive analysis, Biocon enhance the efficiency of fermentation and quality control, reducing the production cost while maintaining global standards. So AI in genomics and personalized medicine, helping accelerate drug discovery, clinical diagnosis. Their platform use machine learning to analyze the biological data and making easier to identify drug targets and predict treatment response. AI can be used to make, use big data to understand what kind of pattern is going on and how we are going to manufacture that thing for benefit of everyone. Okay, so so here there is also a digital twin. Digital twin means there is a physical something, physical a manufacturing plant is there. We can create a digital manufacturing plant of that, physical, and by using that digital, we can simulate if we are implement this thing, that thing, then how it is going to implement and impact in the real world. So in this case, no need to experiment on the real world. By just experimenting on the simulation or digital things, we can understand how it is going to behave in the real world. So fewer, so because of this AI, fewer fail of the batches, less waste, product are consistent, need global standard. So AI can be used to make our product high quality and less failure. So that is what it is talking. Okay, and dear student, those who are watching the video, so whatever may be your doubt, just write in the comment box. So after end of this video, I'll take your doubt. Okay, so next is country like India, even every rupees and those count. This giant can be transformative. So interesting and complicated. So Bio E3 policy rolled out in 2024, the playbook of our future. So it is talking about making India as a biological hub for manufacturing of lot of things. So we combine Bio AI hub, so that is going to revolutionize everything about the biological sector. Okay. So here it is all these things it is talking about. So just read it. Then it is saying that AI began to play bigger role in investing new molecules, process, question about inventorship, data ownership, and license are becoming more urgent. Without clear harmonized policy, the risk of stifle means control. You can say remove the innovation and ending of costly legal battle persist. If you don't have proper rules, laws, regulation, so we are going to set all sort of problem. So it's a good article. Just read it, you'll understand it. Okay. So next is a common molecule offer clue of making old muscle young again. So we have seen that as the age people are becoming age, so there is a low chances of their body became healing, not able to heal properly. As we old, it get harder to recover from fall injury, even though work out, because body muscle repair system start to falter. The muscle stem cell in-house repair crew stop dividing and rebuilding this tissue, losing our ability to respond and damage. So जैसे जैसे आप with the passage of time, when you become elder or old age, so in that case your muscle building system is not that active, it is not able to repair any sort of injury. So that is the reason. So researchers have now conducted a lot of study. They found that suggested in the decline may be reversible. So now they find that this declining of the damage, repair of the damage can be reversible. That means at the old age we can ensure that repair, our tissue can be repaired by themselves. So molecule already used, so they can use a molecule that is already we are using hospital today. So that is injection of prostaglandin E2 PGE2, a compound involving inflammation and used clinically to induce liver, restore muscle stem function in aged mice. So they have tested in the mice. Why we regularly use mice to test every drug? Because there is similarity between mice and human body. So by testing on the mice, we can ensure that yes, it is going to function in human body as well. Okay. Now we are going to see about G7 leader meet in Canada amid rising US policy and trade tension. So recently we have seen that after Donald Trump coming into power, so he have taken so many policy, or you can say protectionism measure. So because of that, world economy is on the verge of collapsing or not able to sustain. So in that backdrop, there is a summit that is happened in G20, that is Canada. So group of 7 leaders gather in the Canada. So his priorities are strengthening the peace, security, building critical mineral supply chain. Why it is important to build the critical supply chain? Because China is dominating the critical supply chain, and recently China is blocking the critical minerals to all over the world. Even our car manufacturer, they are also suffering because they are not able to deliver their supplies. Because if you look into the car, all the chips, all the batteries, renewable energy and high tech technology, you can say about the aerospace, they all use the critical minerals. Okay. So USA ally Israel launch a barrage of strike in the Iran. So that is what also going to be discussed there. Okay. So dear student, it is your homework. Tell me in the comment box. G20, G20, sorry, G7 is member of G7 are, which member are the member of G7? You have to study about that. Okay. So and you know, last from 2019 all year, last 6 year, India has been invited to G7. That means it's a clear indication that our status have been increased. And recently even the Canadian Prime Minister says that India is a powerful country, is a global economy, global powerhouse. So we cannot ignore them. Okay. So the conditional stability, while this will be successful meeting if Donald Trump previous attempt, you know, Donald Trump disrupted the G7 meeting in Canada. So they are believing that this meeting is going to be successful. So Russia hit refinery supplying fuel to the Ukraine forces. So next, it is not important for Delhi to study about Delhi attacks, but there are few locations we need to understand. So first one is Donbas region. So they can ask about this region and location. So already UPSC are asking repeatedly. So that is the reason the someone is getting good mark and someone is not able to get the good marks. That is difference, that a person is doing daily mapping while he is studying, he is doing the daily mapping, so that person will get the good marks. If you are not going practice daily basis, so it is high chances that you will not get good marks. So it is not possible to revise everything by just studying the monthly magazine. So that is the important, you have to follow and map the location every day. So next one is Donetsk, Luhansk. So Ukraine is fighting to stop the Russia taking control rest of the Donbas. Okay, so you have to just mark this locate this location, Donetsk, Luhansk, and Donbas region. So next is China hold patrol in South China Sea, one Philippines. So China military held joint sea air patrol. So in the you can say the South China Sea. So you have to map the South China Sea, and then please tell me in the comment box which are the disputed islands in the South China Sea. Because in past UPSC asked this question repeatedly. Okay. So you can see that Philippines and United States conducted joint military drill in the South China Sea for seventh time earlier this month. Tension have continued to run high between China and Philippines because of nine dash line. On the basis of nine dash line, China claimed that entire South China Sea, which is in conflict with the demand of the Philippines. And South China Sea, a conduit for more than 3 trillion annual seaborne commerce. So, you know, so South China Sea, there are 3 trillion commerce, trade and commerce that is going on throughout the year. So you can understand the significance of South China Sea. China want to control the South China Sea on the basis of nine dash line, historical nine dash line. So if Iran attack, will full strength of the USA military will come down Trump. So this is what said by the Trump to the Iranian government. So Donald Trump said that there is, like, you know, USA is nothing to do with the recent attack by the Israel. So in case Iran try to attack the USA, so they will face the mighty force of USA. Okay. So here it is talking about President Donald Trump warned the Iran, that it would experience full strength of the US military if it is attack the US. So Israel operation, which began an early Iranian nuclear and military site, killing dozens of people. So Israel attacked the Iran and kill, you know, military leaders and some scientists. Okay. So during the first term of the Donald Trump, so they have scrapped. Donald Trump scrapped the JCPOA. What is JCPOA? Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action that was signed between P5 plus German versus Iran. So Iran, under this program, Iran has to leave the nuclear program. Iran को nuclear program को छोड़ना पड़ेगा, and that can Iran can use the nuclear program for its peaceful use, and return for USA will lift the sanction against the Iran. But you know, after Donald Trump coming into power, this is being signed by, कौन साइन किए थे, बाराक ओबामा ने साइन किए थे. After the, you know, Donald Trump coming into power, Donald Trump scrapped this agreement unilaterally and imposed this sanction. After that, you know, the Iran, they started developing nuclear weapon, and they have enriched the uranium to a level where it can easily use this as a for nuclear weapon. And after that, Israel intelligence went find this thing, so Israel went on to strike deep inside the Iran. So that is the reason current conflict is going on, and it is the stated policy of Iran that if Iran is any day is going to have nuclear weapon, it will wipe out the Israel. So because of that, Israel is always in fear that in case if Iran is going to get some nuclear weapons, so they can attack the Israel. Okay, dear students. So this is the news. And to get this PDF, you can simply scan this QR code given in the front page. So CAS Plus model push off early breastfeeding rate and dietary diversity among the Rajasthan women. So recently there is a study conducted in the Rajasthan women. It is seen that if we are providing cash based incentive, for example, we are providing cash with a condition. For example, whenever we are providing cash in a condition, then there is a highly improvement in the performance. So that is what it is talking of. Okay. So next is British Navy fighter jet makes emergency landing at airport in the Kerala capital. So recently, you can say the F-35 Lightning. So dear student, tell me the fifth generation fighter craft aircraft of world. Tell me the four all the fifth generation fighter aircraft of the world currently in operational. Tell me which country is having fifth generation fighter jet aircraft, and any fifth generation fighter aircraft that is located in India. Please tell me in the comment box. So let me see how many of you know that. Good afternoon, Kannu Behra. So dear student, whatever may be your doubt, just put in the comment box. I'll try to answer all these things. So after completion of our class, I'll try to answer all these things. So whatever may be your doubt, so please write in the comment box. ठीक है. So next we'll see that recently there is a USA fighter, UK fighter jet F-35 Lightning fighter jet of the British Navy had emergency landing on the Thiruvananthapuram, the international airport. So next is India will continue effort to strengthen ties with Cyprus. This is what said by our Prime Minister. So your homework, dear student, you have to map the Cyprus. Mapping. So you have to map the Cyprus, the location of the Cyprus. Here, tell me which country that is a quite help, like that country is helping Pakistan during our Operation Sindoor, is also neighboring to of Cyprus. So that is the reason the Prime Minister of India went, currently visiting this place and to give a lesson. So this country is actually, Cyprus is a neighbor of Turkey. So we just want to give a message that if you support Pakistan, we'll support Cyprus, and Cyprus is having conflict with territorial conflict with Turkey. So that is what the plan of our Prime Minister. So both nations to hold delegation level talk today. Modi says visit will be significant momentum to the bilateral trade and investment relationship. And Cyprus is also part of our IMEC, Indian Middle East Europe Economic Corridor. IMSC. So dear student, you have to study about IMSC. Like when IMSC is established, what are the objective of IMSC? All these things you have to study about it. Okay. So next is India will move ahead with the plan to strengthen its tie with Cyprus. So which has been supportive of, it is talking about like Cyprus, which has been supportive of India. Cyprus throughout its history is always support India in issue, and most recently expressed solidarity with India after the Pahalgam terror attack. So if you look into the Cyprus India relation, Cyprus always support India on all its core issues. So because of that, we need to support them. This visit will add significant momentum to India Cyprus relation, especially in areas such as trade, investment and more. Okay. The visit will, which is significant for India as it is send a message to the neighboring Turkey coincide with the Israel-Iran conflict. And Cyprus is also having territorial conflict with the Turkey also. After conclusion of engagement with Cyprus, the Prime Minister also leave to the Canada to attend the G7 meeting. And in the return, Prime Minister also visit the Croatia. So you have to map the Croatia, location of the Croatia, and history of Croatia, like Croatia was part of which country before joining it. Okay. And because of one more thing, because of airspace closed due to conflict between the Iran and Israel, so the airspace is closed. So our Prime Minister flight flew over, take a divert from the Arabian Sea, then Somalia, Ethiopia, Eritrea, and arriving at Cyprus. So how you are going to do the mapping? So I'm just showing you. So you can just simply open the Google Earth. Then which region you want? So just search it, you'll find the location. Na? Yes, this is the Cyprus. Na? And here it is Turkey. Na? So you have to use this technology to ensure that faster mapping. Okay. You can see the image of Cyprus also. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. So next, dear student, those who want free mentorship, you can simply scan this QR code to join our free mentorship batch. And if you want to join, if you want to get this PDF, simply scan this QR code. You will find a infographics edition that is free of cost. So you can get that, so that you know this highlighted newspaper you can get instead of spending 3 hours. You can complete everything in just 45 minutes. 45 minutes. You can save a lot of time that can be used for studying other subject. So next is international agencies reach Gujarat assist the the recent plane crash. One second. So so downloading and analyzing the black box could take 4 to 5 days, and representative from the USA, UK agencies arrive Ahmedabad. Even norms state that country probing an accident should provide preliminary report within 30 days. So we have to provide the report within 30 days. So representative of several international investigating agencies have reached Ahmedabad to assist Indian Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau. So you have to study about AAIB. Already I have given a detail of that in the yesterday newspaper. So please go through that. Okay. So like how it is functioning, what are the function. AIB retrieved the digital flight data recorder a day after the June 12th crash from the accident site. So here BJ Medical College hostel campus. So next is you have to find out the data from we have to know what are the voice. We have to milk means you have to extract the cockpit voice recorder. So here it is going to maintain all the conversation that is being going on between pilot and co-pilot. And DFDR, so that is mean digital flight data recorder, which to be gather make black box. So milking implied downloading raw data, which would take 25 hours. So DFDR 2 hour. So like we have to collect the data to understand what went wrong that led to this accident. So aircraft accident investigation bureau is an office attached to the civil aviation ministry. It is investigation accident and serious incident involving aircraft weight more than 2000 to 25 no 225 kgs according to standard laid down by international civil aviation organization. So you have to study about ICAO. So ICO established at when established under which charter, and its headquarters is located, and when it became India member. So just have a fair amount of idea what kind of role they are playing. Okay. So next is Amit Shah review the preparation of upcoming census. So upcoming census is going to be implemented very soon. So here we can say that around 34 lakhs enumerator and supervisor and 1.3 lakh functionaries are would be deployed for exercise to be conducted in two phases. The census will be concluded by 1st of March 2027. So Home Ministry, the census would be conducted through the digital means using mobile application where provision of self enumeration could be made available to the people. For example, you yourself like if you want, you can also enumerate. You can enter the data of your data, like your detail of education level, uh, all these detail of you can entry from your side. Then data security. So very stringent data security measure have been kept in place to ensure data security at the time of collection and transmission and storage. So next is census would be conducted in two phases. First, census actually conducted in two phases. First phase is about house listing. We collect all detail about the housing, like you can see census would be conducted in two phases. House listing, when housing condition, assets, amenity of each house should be collected, and second part is population enumeration. So first is house listing survey, then population enumeration. We conduct two phase. Okay. So the demographic, socio-economic, cultural and other details of the every person in household in census and caste census should be done. Okay, and this is going to be first census after independence where we are going to collect the caste of the person. So the next is this census is also linked to the you can say the constitutional delimitation that is going to happen after 2026 can be used as a basis to redraw the Lok Sabha constituency. Next general election is expected to hold in 2029. Okay. So the last census we have conducted is 2011. So 2021 supposed to be conduct the census, but because of the COVID-19, it was not able to conduct it. Okay. So next important article: India must stand with the international law. Ukraine ministers, mentioned that. So recently there has been a question asked that whether you want India should support or mediate between the Russia and Ukraine war. In that the foreign minister of Ukraine says that we expect India should play a leading role in reducing the conflict between Israel, sorry, Ukraine and Russia, because both the Ukraine and Russia maintain a very good relation with India, and recently it is a clear indication that our stature has been rising very fast. Okay, so this is all about the article, but generally this is a clear indication that people have a lot of faith in the India, because Western intervention have failed, but they can expect that India can find a solution. So dear student, if you want direct discussion participation with me, you can simply scan this QR code. Okay, you can join our Telegram. Here we are conducting podcast. You can ask me all your doubt. So next is Indian students and pilgrimage stock in Iran raised the alarm bell. So Iranian airspace is shut due to conflict with Israel. The source says that evacuation by ship from the South Iran being considered. There are 10,000 Indians in Iran, and including 6,000 students. So after this conflict between Israel and Iran, so all the airspace is now closed. So to evacuate our Indians, so we need to use southern Iran, or you can say sea route, to evacuate them. For that, India has been requesting both sides to have some truce. That means no attack to each other, so that we can evacuate our people. After that, whatever you are doing, you can continue. Okay, so that means we are in touch with the embassy or officials of both the country. So if everything goes well, then we can able to evacuate our people safely from this conflicting region. And dear student, you can join our OPSC prelims test series. The price is very nominal, yet you will get high quality questions. Simply scan this QR code. You can check the schedule. You will get a schedule, target, study, so that you can do a lot of things. Okay, how a long gene how a long gene linked with post covid symptom as for the genetic study. So recently it is found that despite after you let's say a person is infected with covid-19, so after covid-19 maybe symptom may be gone, but after that the post effect are very severe. So that is what it is talking about. So long covid, or technically post acute sequela or SARS-CoV-2 infection, refer to the symptoms that continue for weeks or months after initial illness. So these include fatigue, breathing problem, cognitive issue. The World Health Organization defined the COVID as a symptom that begin within 3 months of infection, last 2 months without another explanation. Okay? So here it is talking about lot of genes, and then provide this conclusion. Not much important, you can simply ignore it. So how do do black box work? So this is actually contain all the data recording of pilot during cockpit during their operation. So thousands of commercial flight take skies, and they fly, but there is a box. These are box better known as black box, but in reality they are not black color. They are actually you can see here it is orange color. So these are in orange color, so that you can easily find them out. Okay, so in modern aircraft, a black box comprising of cockpit voice recorder, क्या होती है cockpit voice recorder and digital flight data recorder. In some aircraft these two devices are integrated. So aircraft accident investigation bureau set up flight recorder laboratory at its premises in Delhi to carrying out more effective probe into accident under civil aviation ministry. So this aircraft accident investigation bureau is under the Ministry of Civil Aviation. So AIB carried out detailed investigation into the accident and also suggest measure to improve the safety. The crash of aircraft Ahmedabad after takeoff being probed by this AIIB. So digital flight data recorder are coated with bright orange color, treated with a reflex material for high visibility, and securely connected without automatically activated signalization for local underwater activation. Like they are very secure device, so that under any condition they are not going to damage, and it will provide lot of informations to us. So there are different generation of, you can say, the black box, but current generation we use solid state memory. Solid state means high chip. Solid state means we are using IC and microprocessor. So replace the magnetic tape recorder, so that we'll get everything in a perfect condition. Just read that, so that they can ask about a black box. What is black box? Black box recently is in use related to what? So why have special economic zone rule relaxed recently? So recently India relaxes SEZ rules. So have these relaxed rule encourage investment in domestic manufacturing, semiconductor, and how important are semiconductor digital ecosystem? Government, so government of India, it's a very important article. You have to study in detail. So government of India has taking serious step to boost the production of semiconductor electronics in India. But in bid to reduce our dependency on import, some previous measure including Semicon India program launched in 2022 with an outlay of 76,000 crore. So, the semiconductor is backbone of digital revolutions to ensure proper growth of our sector. So, recently, government has taken a lot of steps. So, one such step is key rules relating to special economic zones to further encourage domestic manufacturing of semiconductor and electronics. Why are the semiconductor important? Semiconductor are used all the equipment, you can say all our digital device, they are used the semiconductor are tiny chip that use all our tablets, smartphones, so everywhere we are using it. Okay, but if you look into majorly, we import the semiconductor from all over the world, and China is controlling that semiconductor. So that means we are giving strategic control over the China. So China can block anytime and simply, you can say, muzzle our industry. So because of that, Indian government is very serious and they want manufacturing of the chip in India. So what are the latest steps taken by the Indian government? So Ministry of Commerce and Industry announced that and notified several modifications to special economic zones rules 2006 and week earlier to enhance the domestic manufacturing of semiconductor. So here there can be a good question. The SEZ is comes under which ministry now? SEZ is comes under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. SEZ, Special Economic Zones, is coming under which ministry? It is the Ministry of Commerce and Industry. So here we modify the rule 5, so that provide that provide that SEZ, earlier they need to have 5 hectare of contiguous land. Now any you can say SEZ that is set off under a contiguous zone of 10 hectare, they can get all the benefit. Like earlier it is required to have 50 hectare, now it is the area is reduced to 5 hectare, so 10 hectare, so that any land that is not having proper area, they can also get benefit of the SEZ. Like SEZ, they get tax benefit. Okay, so this reduced size allow this reduced size one second this reduced size allow company to make smaller investment but still avail the SEZ benefits such as tax exemption, duty free import and infrastructure support. So another amendment to the rule 6 of the SEZ now allow the board of approval SEZ to relax condition that required SEZ land to be encumbrance free. That means earlier it is required that if you want to establish an SEZ, then the land should not be any sort of dispute. Okay, now it is said that this rule is relaxed. That means even if you have dispute, you can establish the SEZ. So with India's complicated often archaic land record mechanism, lengthy legal process such required would be reduce, or you can say delay our process. So relaxing this will allow the SEZ to come off faster. So third amendment क्या होती है? Semiconductor and electronic component manufacturing to supply domestically. Before this notification, whatever manufacturing in SEZ, so SEZ are manufactured specially for export, not within our country. But now it allow we can import within our country, but we have to pay certain taxes that is applicable for the other trader. So that means SEZ not only going to cater to the foreign customer, it can also cater to our domestic need as well. Okay, what has been impact given the changes recently? So one, immediately establish long term impact. So SEZ was already approved, so we are recently seeing that so many company they are coming and investing in India for cheap manufacturing. Okay, so this is a good article, you can read about it, recent government notifications to promote manufacturing of the chip in India. So next, it is a good article also. What are the flue gas desulfurization unit? So what are the different type of flue gas desulfurization unit commonly used in coal power plant? Okay, so we'll see that. So recently, a committee of expert chaired by the principal scientific advisor Ajay Sood has recommended that India do away with decade-long policy of mandating flue gas desulfurization unit in all coal fired thermal power plant. Recently there is a you can say the notification coming from Central Pollution Control Board that all the thermal power plant, they need to be, all the coal fired thermal power plant, they need to be have flue gas desulfurization. Then what is flue gas desulfurization? Flue gas is emitted a byproduct of combustion of fossil fuel. Whenever you burn the coal, so the flue gas desulfurization is emitted. So it is consisting of carbon dioxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen. So they can ask in UPSC, they can ask about flue gas desulfurization consisting of which type of gases. So you should know that. So this kind of question you can expect in UPSC. So flue gas desulfurization unit specifically target sulfur dioxide emission in the flue gas. Is an acidic gas usually treated with a basic compound. So flue gas desulfurization unit neutralize the pollutant. So there are three common types of flue gas you know desulfurization. So one is, so first one is it is given. First one is dry sorbent injection, wet limestone treatment, and using seawater to remove the sulfur dioxide. So dry sorbent injection method involve adding the powder sorbent like limestone to the flue gas. So where it react with the SO2, resultant compound can be removed by using electrostatic precipitator. Okay. The wet limestone treatment method also use the limestone to remove the sulfur dioxide, but instead of using powder, it is used in the limestone slurry. So processing of carbon sulfur dioxide through this slurry result in formation of gypsum, which is a stable compound, has wide application in industry like construction. And seawater treatment use a plant located near the coastal area. Seawater first absorb the carbon sulfur dioxide from the flue gas, and then water is treated to make suitable for discharge back to the sea. So these three methods, dry, wet, and seawater, are generally used for flue gas desulfurization. So why sulfur dioxide emission is bad? You know that it is a greenhouse gas. It is also create acid rain. It is also causing particulate matter, which is very harmful for health. So flue gas desulfurization are absolutely necessary to mitigate this root PM 2.5, particulate matter 2.5, which is very harmful and cause asthma. What is the status of flue gas desulfurization unit? So in 2015, so Union Environmental Ministry proposed that we need to establish flue gas desulfurization in all our coal power thermal plant. But currently our ministry extending time, and we are not able to achieve this objective. So why we are not able to achieve this objective? First one is, to establish flue gas desulfurization in all unit, we need to have additional cost. Second one is, it is going to needed additional land also, and to implement that, the cost of generation power will be go very high. So that is the reason it is not applicable. And recent judgment, they found that thing. Recently the committee found that things. So is there any alternative to flue gas desulfurization? So there is no alternative to flue gas desulfurization itself to remove carbon dioxide. It is releasing from the burning of coal. So there is a urgent need to get this coal power thermal power plant complying without any further delay. Okay. And dear student, those who are writing UPSC in 2026, you can simply join our answer writing program. So these are very, you can say, cost effective and good quality of answer writing program at very nominal fee. Because after prelims to mains, you'll get only 75 days. At that few moment, you are not able to revise everything. So if you start practicing from now onward, you'll get upper edge as compared to others. Okay, so you can scan this QR code and join, or in case any doubt, you can ask me. So next is new Tatkal rule aimed at curbing the bots and bulk booking. So we know that Tatkal ticket generally to help the people, but because of some agent, so the real people, they are not getting benefit. So the agent they use, but to automatically book the Tatkal ticket, and earn a lot of profit. And those who are really need, they are not able to get the ticket. So recent changes to the Tatkal ticket booking system are significant. Recent changes to the Tatkal ticket booking system are significant and necessary. Under the new rule, OTP authentication using Aadhaar will be mandatory for all Tatkal ticket booking online. Okay, so agent will be allowed to book after 30 minutes window. So Aadhaar based OTP authentication create further delay and uncertainty due to that will prevent but from automatically booking. So just read it out, you'll understand it. So this is what taken to improve the passenger experience and get a Tatkal ticket. And dear student, those who are writing 2025 mains, you can simply scan this QR code, join our mains test series. So it is very nominal fee, yet you'll get high quality evaluation by those who have selected already UPSC and already written UPSC interview. So they are going to evaluate your answer. That means you can expect high quality evaluation. So mind the gap. So India need to ensure women participation in the policy making. So India recently published gender gap report. So you can ask in UPSC. Gender gap report is published by World Economy Forum. India rank is 131 out of 148 country, and gender parity is 64.1. Okay, so India has been performing very bad in the South Asian region. Okay, so it rank country on the basis of economic participation, opportunity, and educational attainment, then health and survival, then political empowerment. Okay, so you can see here that while performance of India 3-4 dimension is either stable or marginally improved. So the path ahead is obvious. The consolidate and improve, again make effort to right direction. Lacunae in the policy and political will. India had a long and simple tussle in the issue. So, idea. So, controversial. Recently, India passed the controversial Women Reservation Bill, which was passed in 27. It took 27 years to pass the Women Reservation Bill in India. Okay? So, bill has been visited upon the many times in the Parliament. At present, Act provide for reservation of 1/3% of the women in both the Parliament and State Legislative Assembly, and it is going to implement after the delimitation after the fresh census. So, it is going to implement from 2029. But India climbing of global rank index would only be secondary to achieve the round upload or the gender parity structure within the country. So also nothing that key political party from though it need constitutional amendment to provide one third reservation, but there is no one is stopping the political party. If you are serious, then provide more ticket to the women candidates. If more ticket is provided to women candidates, so there is high chances that women leader may come at the political levels. So this is not what happens. So this is what called hypocrisy. So on the one hand, the political party, they are saying that we are very serious of the women. On the other hand, they are not giving ticket. So fire on the water. So recently we are seeing that back to back two accident is happening on the Kerala coast. So Indian maritime firefighting capability are standing up to the test. So these are testing our capability. So Indian Coast Guard need to be protected against three type of major peacetime maritime accident involving merchant ships, sinking of merchant ships, causing the loss of cargo and disruption of maritime traffic and environmental damage. So these are few things we have to taken care of. Fire on board merchant vessel that can seriously threaten not just the environment but also live property on the coastal and oil spills. So recently fire on board MV one eye started explosion when the ship was about 44 nautical miles from the Kerala coast. So most of the petrol vessel workhouse of the Coast Guard are fitted with firefighting equipment since firefight is a key mandate of the agencies. So coastal Coast Guard ka jo mandate of the Coast Guard is to fight all these things. So gas carrying merchant ships are perhaps the greatest fire explosion hazard. So nightmare scenario that can be bring while to the its knee involving gas carrier accident at the choking point, such as example Suez Canal or Strait of Malacca. If there is an accident happen in the Suez Canal or the Strait of Malacca, any ship that is carrying gas, so it will be like highly inflammable situation, which is very severe. Okay, that is what it is talking of. So India needs to be built and demonstrate more expertise to handle such kind of situation, because as the time progress we are going to be more powerful, so more ship is going to be there, so that we can expect more accidents. So we have to be prepared well to deal with such kind of crisis. Okay. So next it is talking about India need a sincere aircraft accident investigation. So after this recent accident in Ahmedabad Air India flight, so there are demand that we need to have expert or good quality of aircraft investigation. On paper, Indian aircraft accident investigation is a statutory body, autonomous investigation body, but in reality, it is functioning under the Ministry of Civil Aviation. So that means it's a clear case of conflict of interest. The Ministry of Civil Aviation (MCA) is also a body that is helpful in the operation of aircraft maintenance everything, and same aircraft IIB, so accident aircraft accident investigation bureau, it is under functioning under the Ministry of Civil Aviation. So that means there is no possibility of we can have fair investigation. So we need to separate that, we need to establish this AAIB aircraft accident investigation bureau under the parliament, so that we can ensure investigation properly, because otherwise it will create conflicting of interest. Just like the railway accident investigation are typically carried out by Commissioner of Railway Safety. Occasionally, so to the Commissioner of Railway Safety, it is not under the Ministry of Railway. So tell me in the comment box, the Commissioner of Railway Safety under which ministry? So here it is also written, although the technically under the Ministry of Civil Aviation. Okay. So देखो, railway safety is functioning under the civil aviations to ensure that those who are operating, they should not have any influence. Otherwise, they might influence the investigation. They might pressurize that, investigate in this way, that way, which is going to impact. Okay. So next is stop firefighting. So here it is saying that stop taking knee-jerk reaction, or you can say temporary reaction. Instead of that, do thorough investigation, and whatever we are learning from the past experience, we need to incorporate in our practices. Okay, so these are some few things it is talking of. Uh, So we need to learn from all our past accident, and we need to have a proper investigation, and whatever we are learning from our investigation. So it is saying first move the AIB and DGCA to independent statutory body that report to the parliament. Second, stop having parallel committee, just like recently the home ministry established a parallel committee to investigate, so that actually bypass establish investigating body. Third, take legal step to prevent AAIB's finding from being used as a criminal trial. So actually, whatever the finding of Aircraft Accident Investigation Bureau, it should be the mandate of that. It should be used for learning purpose, not to blame anyone. But time and again, this finding are used to trial the criminal cases against the pilot. So this is a blame game to expose everyone. Everyone use pilot to scapegoat their responsibility. Fourth, the amended rule 19.3 of aircraft, which hold that power to penalize pilot for any mistake. There is need to protect pilot from genuine no blame culture. देखो, pilot is operating under immense condition, immense pressure. So they have very few time to take the decision. So in case of anything wrong, gone wrong, so you have to respect the pilot. Okay. So fifth, appoint the independent ombudsman to review the accident report has been handled and mishandled. Okay. So in case you have any grievances, so you can approach the ombudsman body about the investigation that is not being conducted properly. So dear student, if you have any doubt, you can write in the comment box, so I'll discuss after the end of this discussion. So dear student, this is end of all the news of you can say 16th June. So you can join our Dronacharya year long mentorship program. So it is being designed to help to navigate this complex journey. You can simply scan this QR code, or you can discuss with us by interacting with us. We will guide you how you can join this. So this is all about the 16th June newspaper. So dear student, recently I think last 1 or 2 days we have started this live streaming. So I'm not much comfortable with live streaming. So just give me some time. Definitely we'll bring high quality video. So in case of any suggestion, please write in the comment box. If you like this video, like, subscribe to our channel. So and all your feedback and comments are always welcome. Dear student, we'll have to end our class here. So take care. Bye bye. In case of any doubt, please write in the comment box. I'll definitely help you on that. Chali. Bye bye. Take care. Have a good day.